Trinidad and Tobago has been eliminated from the Gold Cup 2019 from the US. Let's discuss.
Hi, I'm Shaka Hislop and you're here at Extra Time TV.
Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of Extra Time TV. This is Andrew Sooklal, and today we're going to speak about the crushing defeat the United States men's national team gave to Trinidad and Tobago. It was a 6-0 drubbing. And I have to be honest, a lot of people were not surprised. I tried to be really positive. I tried to ignore the logical side in me and use the patriotic side. And that's something you should never do. We did our preview, which you can check out. I'll put that link in the description below. It was 6-0, it was really bad. But first off, let's look at the statistics. The United States had 27 shots versus 9 for Trinidad, 12 on target for the US, 3 for Trinidad, 67% possession, 33% for Trinidad and Tobago. And one of the key stats that a lot of people should pay attention to is that the pass accuracy was not bad. It was 88% for the Americans and 75% for Trinidad and Tobago, with goals from Long, Zardes, Pulisic, and Areola. I mean, the stats speak for themselves. Trinidad and Tobago were well and truly dominated, but in the first half, they did okay. It actually looked like a pretty even game in the first half. For the first 45 minutes, they looked pretty solid defensively. They were not creating much offensively, but they did create, the odd chance or two. And then, unfortunately, Kaleem Highland had to come off in the 17th minute. Kevin Molino, the Minnesota man, coming on. And that was a big loss because Highland was supposed to be our midfield general and a key player in our tournament. And it was obviously not really a good sight to see a midfield general coming off so early in the game against such a tough opponent. It was always going to be an uphill struggle. A lot of people naively thought that we were going to beat the US. Even though I mentioned that in my preview, which you can quote, logically, it was never going to be an easy game. The Americans definitely came prepared with their new coach. And obviously, the match was extra spicy because of the last time the both teams faced each other. I don't have to explain what happened. The last time around, we denied the US entry into the World Cup. There's a blog I wrote about that a year ago. Check that out in the description below because I essentially foreshadowed what was going to happen up next. Let me know your thoughts there as well. In the second half, it was a different story. I thought that Trinidad and Tobago could have just, did more of the same. But they had the same problem that they always had, that second half blues where they usually have a fitness collapse, usually around the 60th minute mark, give or take a couple minutes, and it was a collapse. You started to see very basic mistakes. Dennis Lawrence said in the post-match conference that, they need to improve their attitude. But this is something that we've been seeing a while now. So this is not something new. The concentration of the players just immediately dropped to a point where the US were just having their way with the team. It was very difficult for the team to string together passes. Yes, there was one pretty decent chance at the beginning of the second half, but it really wasn't enough. They were well and truly outplayed. They were stretched. Some of the goals literally looked like fatigue because these are guys who can't play football. I know a lot of these guys. I follow these guys, people who follow Trinidad and Tobago football, and clearly match fitness in addition to other things seemed to be a problem. Dennis Lawrence favored the 4-2-3-1 formation, which we knew he was going to play. The US had their 4 with one defensive midfielder, 4, and then one striker, which was Zardes. And, they did what they were supposed to do. I don't think that they really had to expend much energy wiping Trinidad, the floor with Trinidad and Tobago in the second half. It was really bad. And I think this opens a lot of eyes for the people who have been paying attention to that result, the 2-1 result where we eliminated the US men's national team, costing them a place in Russia. I think a lot of people naively use that result as meaning that we were able to defeat the US. They very much learned from their mistakes, and you see that they look very strong. They are now essentially very valid contenders for the Gold Cup. And I don't see why we won't see a final based on how the bracket is framed. And I have to be honest, it seems as if they framed this bracket so the US and Mexico could run into each other only in the finals. So with that being said, we have Kevin Jeffery, who does a lot of previews for us. He did the last one a couple months ago. Let's hear what Kevin Jeffery had to say.
Weakness of the group. There's a lot of weaknesses in our football at present. We can start from the administration. We can say the coaches. We can say the players. But fundamentally, tactically, players' personal ambition to be the best they can be. All these things contribute to the weakness in our football currently, and hopefully we can get it right, because it seems that we're going absolutely nowhere, probably even taking a few steps back. And it's extremely sad. It's extremely sad. Sad day for Trinidad football. Moving forward, Andre, to everybody watching EXTV, Trinidad and Tobago, the players, Mata said it best. The footballer from Brazil, after Brazil lost in the Women's World Cup, she's like, people need to understand that in sport, in life, I guess you gotta cry. You gotta cry in the beginning. That means you gotta work. You gotta put in so much work, even if you gotta come to tears. Because in the end, when you win and you achieve what you set out to, you can smile. And I think that's probably the biggest thing that our players need to take away. That you put in the work in season, off season. Always be ready for any assignment that's given to you. And in the end, you will have some sort of success and you'll be able to smile because you know that your hard work always pays off. For me, Andre, one of the bright sparks was definitely Marvin Phillip. He conceded 8 goals in 2 games, but he was fantastic. He kept us in the game a lot of the times, and some of the times he makes some fantastic saves. But there was nobody there to help him on numerous occasions, or that's how it seemed. Even watching replays or highlights of the games, he would make fantastic saves over and over, and guys were just in the area, in the vicinity, I should say, and no reaction. Our reaction time was evidently very, very poor.
Also, one of our fans had an immediate response to this game. He sent us a video. This is what he had to say.
Why am I not surprised about this? Everybody knew that USA, they were going to get the lead on TNT. I think one of the things TNT needs to do is, after this Gold Cup, they need a complete and utter, how I put it, revamping. Because what's something, after TNT knocked out America out of the World Cup, what they do, they did entirely new revamping. They pick a new president, a new coach. Some of the previous players stayed behind, but the thing about it is, this is what these few games TNT needs: a complete and utter wake-up call in order to fix their game. It ain't gonna be an overnight success, but they need to fix it. Take my advice on it.
So there you have it, folks. It's a huge slap in the face for Trinidad and Tobago football fans who were expecting something positive. Truthfully, I don't understand why, because the pieces were in play for this result a long time now. For those of you who follow Trinidad and Tobago football, the preparation was not ideal. There's a lot of things going on in the background, which is an entire topic by itself. We'll also have a full discussion about this because Trinidad and Tobago football has to take a really hard look at themselves. There's a lot of things that are going on. A lot of people have their opinions. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. What do you think Trinidad and Tobago needs to do to improve on this result? I'm just speaking from the tactical aspect and also just simply this is a match report. But I'm sure all of you have many opinions on this. There's a lot to discuss and we'll definitely have an episode which will go into this a little bit further. So be sure to like and subscribe. Let us know, as I said before, what you think in the comment section, because when you do that, you automatically qualify for a chance to win a copy of FIFA 19 from the kind folks of my store. And yes, we do read the comments. So once again, thank you for joining us. Hey everyone, I hope you all enjoyed that episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and also check out our latest video with the latest TKR signing, Mark Dial, with a Q&A and also a tell-all right here.